What happened?
I don't know what to say. This is the first time I've ever been in that setting.
Welcome back to Advocacy, Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we have a good one, guys. We're headed to Scotch Plains, New Jersey, where a late night police patrol turned into a DUI arrest on the side of Route 22. We have a great Nissan that was delivering a DoorDash. And then we have a crash into the police cruiser. This case has all the signs of a night that took a hard left. We'll break down what happened, how the charges were determined, and what the law says about driving under influence in New Jersey. We'll also talk about the moment when judgment slips and how it looks to a court and a jury. Also, how it sounds when someone tries to talk their way out of a roadside mistake. So, buckle up. This one's a cautionary tale, served straight with no chaser. With that, let's jump in.
Motor vehicle stop. Stand by. I'll be out on Route 22, westbound. Oh, shit! 161 County. Send another unit. Car just rear-ended my vehicle. You okay? Are you okay?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I wasn't in the car. It's send FD2 fluids on the road. Dude. Dude, I saw him coming. Are you alright?
Yeah, I just got. I'm shocked because I was just doing First of all, I'm kind of confused because I don't know.
I was getting out of my car and then I saw this car, but then I saw it wasn't slowing down and I ran to the side. I was like, that car is not stopping. Airbags are deployed for the... What's going on? Alright, come on.
Alright, I'll start a squad. How many occupants in that vehicle?
What's up? You drinking?
Okay.
Have a seat.
Okay, can you just not...
You almost hit me. You understand that?
I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah, start a squad. It's gonna be one female. Anyone else in the car?
No.
3 seats.
Don't move. You sure you're good?
Yeah, just you stop. Yeah, I'm good.
The reason for the stop, real quick. I mean, it's irrelevant now. This is done. I'm not, this is this interaction with the police stop. Just because you were pulled on the side of the road with your hazards.
Yeah.
I was gonna check on you because I wasn't sure if either you were disabled.
No. The thing was, I was delivering on DoorDash order and I was just about to leave.
Got you. Okay.
And then I saw you. Yes.
I wasn't sure. All right. So we're gonna well, now that there's an accident, I'm gonna take a report for this, obviously. But just stand by or you stay over there, okay? What happened?
I don't know what to say. This is the first time I've ever been in that setting in my life.
Okay, are you drinking tonight? What's up?
I've been drinking, I had a drink ages ago.
Stand up.
I'm literally almost home.
Stand up.
I lost my shoe.
Turn around. Get on the curb.
Okay.
All right.
130 to the
Listen, turn around. Okay.
3 seats.
I'm going to detain you for now until I figure out what's going on.
Okay.
You're being detained. I suspect that you're under the influence and you're driving drunk, okay? That's number one. We're going to run some tests to verify that, but for now you are detained. I'm going to pat you. Any weapons on you? Anything that could harm me? Stick me? Poke me?
No.
Just a quick pat search to verify that. You pee yourself? Your legs are all wet.
I'm just cold.
You're cold, okay.
Yes.
Hey, Joe.
She hurt?
No, that she knows of. Do you have any injuries?
No, my chest just hurts.
Your chest from the airbag?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it looks like. I'm going to run a field sobriety. She's detained for now.
Alright, let's go over to the car. She's gonna have to get checked out medically.
Yeah.
got chest pains right now.
So,
Let's sit over there.
all right.
Oh my, the shoes in the car.
Nah, nothing like weapons at least. I didn't do it. Yeah, I just have a. Hold on a second.
So we'll just have her sit down for a minute. So squad, yes.
Have a seat. It's easier if you put your butt in first. So I had this car stop. I got out my car. Just as I was getting out my car, this car's coming so fast.
Yeah, she said
I ran to the grass because I knew the car wasn't going to stop, and sure enough, like, I was literally over here in the sticks.
when people are drinking, they get hyper-focused on the lights and they can't help it. Crash.
That's insane.
Alright, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
So why don't we get his information, we'll get him checked out by the squad, and we'll start making arrangements for him to get home, and obviously this motor vehicle stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I explained that, Sarge. All right, miss.
Yes.
I just need you to listen to me for 1 second, all right?
Of course.
Don't interrupt me. I'm just going to Mirandize you, okay? Right now, I suspect that you've been driving under the influence, right? So this is your Miranda warning. This is what you're under arrest for right now. You have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer any questions, okay? Anything you say may be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to consult with an attorney at any time and have him or her present before and during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided if you so desire prior to any questioning. A decision to waive these rights is not final, and you may withdraw your waiver whenever you wish, either before or during questioning. Do you acknowledge you've been advised of your constitutional rights that I just read to you from this part? I need a verbal answer.
Yes.
Okay. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to have you checked out by EMS to make sure you're okay. You can step out.
My shoes in the car.
Yep, we'll figure that out.
This one.
We'll figure it out.
You're good. Thank you.
Yep, right on the sidewalk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So here's what's going to happen. We're going to take those handcuffs off you,
Yes, sir.
and we're going to give you a field sobriety test.
Yes, sir.
All right?
I'm gonna grab your jacket, right? And then we're gonna conduct like a series of tests, but before we start them, we just want to make sure you're nice and warm, okay?
Listen.
I'm cold too.
My feet are freezing, but it's fine. Really. Whatever I have to do, it's all good. Officer Aguilar. I truly want to apologize. No, truly do. Because I know it's like a life or death thing, and I really truly want to apologize for that. I will never wish that upon anybody.
But I appreciate it.
And I truly want to apologize.
It's not
for
fun,
that.
but I appreciate it.
No, I know it's not fun.
In fact, thank you.
We'll give you an opportunity to go home. This officer is going to explain to you why you're being arrested, and you're in. I'll give you your rights one more time. Okay?
All right, right now you're being placed under arrest for DUI. All right, I'll read you your Miranda when we get back to the car again, okay? Before I put your seatbelt on, I'm just going to give you Miranda one more time, all right? So, you have the right to remain silent, refuse to answer any questions. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult with an attorney at any time. Have him or her present before and during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided if you so desire prior to any questioning. A decision to waive these rights is not final. You may withdraw your waiver whenever you wish, either before or during questioning. You acknowledge and you've been advised of the constitutional rights that I just read to you on this card? Verbal answer, please?
Yes.
Okay. Sit back. I'm going to put your seatbelt on.
Where's my car?
It's still...
Sit
back.
When I'm able to have my like fingers are like intertwined. Okay, so when I'm able to have a call, like it's whatever number I call.
When we get back to the station.
What station is this?
1092 131.
Police station.
What town?
Forgot to tell you.
What town?
Excuse me, put your foot in
Oh,
the car.
what town?
Let's talk about the charges filed in this Scotch Plains incident. We're working under the New Jersey law, and there are 4 key charges here. First, you have driving while intoxicated. This is found under the New Jersey statutes annotated 39:4-50. It's unlawful to operate a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs. In New Jersey, even a small amount of impairment, especially when witnessed by law enforcement, can result in an arrest. The penalty for a first offense is up to 30 days in jail. Your license can be suspended from 3 months to 1 year, and you have a fine that ranges from $250 to $500. There's also some mandatory drunk driving courses and possible ignition interlock system that will have to be installed on your car or cars. Number 2, reckless driving. This is found at 39:4-97. It's defined as operating a vehicle without due caution or in a way that might endanger other people or property. Now, it's important to realize that unlike reckless driving, this crime does not require intent, just poor judgment when behind the wheel. Here, that's important because it will make the state have a lower burden to prove this crime versus some other crime because they don't have to prove any intent. The penalty here is just a fine of up to $85. Also, no points on a person's driver's license if there was no property damage or injury. Since there was definitely some property damage here, that's probably not going to be the case. Number 3, having an unregistered vehicle. This is found at 39:3-4. All vehicles operating on public roads in New Jersey must be properly registered. Driving without registration is a strict liability offense, which simply means that once you violate, you get charged. So simply, your intent doesn't matter. The fine is $54. Finally, we have driving an uninsured vehicle. This is found at 39:6B-2. New Jersey law requires all drivers to maintain at least liability insurance. Driving without insurance is a serious motor vehicle offense. On your first offense, you could be fined between $300 and $1,000. You could face a license suspension of up to 1 year. You could have to do some community service, and there possibly will be some additional fines and surcharges at the Department of Motor Vehicles. In every case, evidence must rise to a certain level before an action, like a search, an arrest, or a conviction can be justified. Let's walk through the 6 levels of evidentiary standards and apply them to this DUI stop. First, you have mere suspicion. This is the lowest level and is simply a hunch. It can't justify a stop or a search. In this case, the officer may have initially had mere suspicion when she pulled over to check on the N.J.S.A, the DoorDash driver, who had their hazard lights on. Number 2, reasonable suspicion. At this level, officers have specific and articulable facts and beliefs that a crime may be occurring. At this level, a brief investigative stop is justified. The officer here approached the parked car because it was stopped on the shoulder and it's 1:45 in the morning. So the officer had reasonable suspicion to check the vehicle to make sure the driver's okay. Number 3, probable cause. At this level, officers have a reasonable belief based on facts that a crime has been committed and the suspect is involved. This level of proof is required always for an arrest or to go get a search warrant. After the suspect rear-ended the officer's vehicle and showed signs of impairment, remember she admitted to drinking, and there's also that issue of her failing to slow down. All that gave probable cause for an arrest for potential driving under the influence. Number 4, preponderance of the evidence. This standard means more likely than not. It's used in civil cases, but it also applies during certain administrative decisions, like license suspension hearings. This requires only 51% of the evidence supporting one side for them to win their case. If the DMV later evaluates whether to suspend this woman's license, they'll use this standard potentially. Number 5, clear and convincing evidence. This is a higher bar and is used in cases involving important rights like parental custody, mental health commitments, and when people claim that someone has defrauded them. these types of cases require potentially up to about 75% of the evidence supporting the claim. While not used in many DUI prosecutions, this standard might arise if the defense raises a constitutional claim like unlawful detention or improper Miranda warnings. Number 6, beyond a reasonable doubt. This is the highest standard and it's required for each criminal conviction. To convict this woman of DUI or any related offense, the prosecution must prove that she was intoxicated and driving while impaired. And they must do this without leaving any reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury or the judge if it's a bench trial. Remember, this level simply means that there is no other reasonable alternative besides the defendant being guilty of the crime. Let's step into the shoes of a juror for a moment. You're sitting in the jury box. You've listened to the testimony, you've been watching the body cam footage, and you've been weighing the facts. What would stand out for you? First, let's consider the impact of the crash. The suspect rear-ended a police cruiser, all the airbags in the car deployed. You hear the officer say she barely escaped being struck. As a juror, how does this shape your understanding of the driver's control or lack of control? Second, let's focus on the suspect's statements. She admits to drinking and says she's almost home. She apologizes sincerely. Would you see that as remorse or a subtle admission of guilt? Does her tone make her more credible or less credible? Third, let's reflect on her behavior. Now, I'll give her she was very compliant, but she was disoriented. Remember, she was missing a shoe and she was a little bit emotionally shaken. Does this raise doubt about her level of intoxication for you? Or does it just confirm she was drunk? Finally, if you're on this jury, do you trust the officer's handling of this situation? The officer took the time to explain the stop, requested medical attention, reread the Miranda warnings several times. Did the officer's calm and clear approach enhance the reliability of this arrest for you? Now, if you're on this jury, would you convict this woman of DUI? Or do you need more proof? Let me know in the comments, guilty or not guilty. This case shows us how quickly a routine night can unravel and spiral completely out of control. One moment, you could be delivering a DoorDash. The next, someone else could be in handcuffs for wrecking into you and the police car, facing serious consequences for what started as just one drink. In New Jersey, DUI laws are strict. Even a minor crash can trigger major legal fallout. We also see how important professionalism from law enforcement is. The officer's response was calm, controlled, and procedural, reinforcing what a clean arrest should look like. We saw from Miranda warnings all the way to medical attention. Everything was done by the book. As always, we encourage you to think critically. If this were you on a jury, would you convict? Do you think the officer's discretion was fair? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Remember, this is Advocacy Alchemy, and I am Professor Ross. I'll see you tomorrow. We do these breakdowns daily. Stay safe out there. Have a good day.